Oh, hey, hi. I kind of felt like jumping on and saying hi and having a chat to you, anyone who might be interested in, I don't know, just a few things that have been on my mind to share. Some of you, I don't know where I'm posting this, probably just on my email and maybe on Facebook. So some of you know me as, friend or parent. Some of you know me as a yoga teacher and some as an IFS practitioner. Life's a bit crazy out there at the moment, and I just wanted to jump on and, share some of my warmth with you and hopefully some wisdoms. And I'm just going to try and slow it down because I get a bit nervous on here, online or on camera. It's strange to see myself. So, how are you? How are you going? How's things going for you? Are you noticing, struggles or things happening for you? A lot of people seem to be struggling at the moment with the world, a bit cray-cray at the moment. Maybe we can even just take a breath together. So maybe close your eyes for a second and do a big sigh out of the mouth. So in through the nose, out through the mouth, and feel the body settle with each sigh. Yeah, feel that relaxation come in and again. Making that out breath long and slow. Feeling the settling in the body. Maybe even going inside and just seeing what you notice. Do you notice any tightness anywhere, the throat, the chest, the shoulders? Just check and scan through your body. Notice if what you're feeling or struggling with in your life at the moment shows up anywhere. Where would you find it if you were really curious? Where would you find what you're feeling at the moment? Is it around your heart? Is it emotional? Is it tight? Is it protective? Just check and see and just be really curious. Maybe let's just do something, or let's just imagine you're tapping into source energy like a golden light above you. And let this golden light, this infinite source, pour in through the crown of the head, in through your head like golden honey light pouring in, settling, calming through the busyness of the mind, through the throat. And when it gets below the shoulders, just let this golden light pour down in. Yeah, that's lovely, calming, settling. And just let this golden light send it to all those parts you noticed before. Send it to any of those tight areas or anything you're noticing. It might be thoughts, it might be emotions, it might be in the body, it might be little visions, words. Just send this golden light to all those parts of yourself. On the breath. And this light is your self energy. Capital S self, source energy, light, whatever you want to call it, your divine inner being. And just send it with compassion to those parts, real compassion. And know that these parts of you are only trying to help you. If they're protective parts, it might be an inner critic that says things like, as an example, you're not good enough, you're stupid, don't do that, too scary, it's too risky, whatever. That's our inner critic. And if we talk to that inner critic, you'll find 100% of the time that it's trying to help you. If we talk to it, which we do in my IFS therapy, we find out that the critic is trying to keep you safe for some reason. Often we ask it, when did you come along? You could get curious towards your inner critic if you can get in touch with that part. And so, how long have you been helping me or being here? And it'll often come up with something, since you were 8 or 5 or whatever. And I'm just trying to keep you safe. And once we start to get to know these parts, and the parts get to know us, that we're not little kids anymore. Often these parts get stuck in time and think that we're still quite young. So let's just update them and let them know we're adults now. Notice if there's any calmness with that. And sending also some of that warm golden light to any vulnerable feelings, any emotions that you might be feeling at the moment. And just send some compassion to them as well and let them know that you notice them and that you'll come back to them some other time. And just notice how you're feeling. And you can open your eyes when you're ready. That's a little tiny taste of what IFS looks like. Internal Family Systems is what it's called. It's parts model. It's a kind of working on the idea that we're all multiple personality. We're multiple parts of the mind. We've got, anxious parts, for example, or the inner critic, which we just spoke about. We've got vulnerable parts. We've got parts that manage our life and get us out of bed and get us going to work on time, etc. And what we do is we kind of go in and just meet those parts really gently and kindly and with compassion. And once we get to know them and they get to know us, they seriously transform. This model is backed by neuroscience and it's evidence-based. It sounds a bit woo-woo, but it's, all the neuroscience tells us that, these parts can almost get frozen in time. And when we've had trauma or big things happen in our life, we kind of some parts of us get stuck back there. So we just want to, and then what happens is that keeps playing up in our life now. So we go back and meet them and chat to them, and transformation happens bit by bit. It's a bit hard to explain. But Richard Schwartz is the founder. He was a family therapist, and that's why he calls it inner family systems. It's not so much biological family, but it's almost like the little parts of us inside are our own little kind of families that, have connection to each other or relation to each other. And a major component of IFS is the self energy, which I mentioned. So Dick Schwartz was originally working with bulimic girls, about 40 years ago, and he noticed the girls speaking, I've got this part that, is emotional, and I, eat, and then I go and throw up, and this critic comes in, and it's this little cycle, and he thought, I've got these parts too, similar. And then he'd ask the girls, but what's this calm, centered, confident, clear place that you're talking about? And they said, that's not a part. That's me. That's just me. That's myself. And Dick, not being a spiritual guy at the time, he took him a while to sort of work out that this self-energy is what all the religions and spiritual traditions have been talking about for thousands of years. And that we've all got this inherent self-energy, every single person. So what we do is we meet the parts from self, and that's my job as a practitioner, is to bring and check that you're in self-energy when you meet these parts. And ultimately, once we've talked to all the protective parts, we then meet these vulnerable parts from self. And we meet these really precious, often younger parts of ourselves. We witness them, we be there for them, we bring them back to the present, and we unburden all that they've been carrying, any traumas, any fears, any sadness, any whatever the emotions. And that's when all the protectors really change roles. that's a little bit of IFS in a nutshell. Oh, it's gone all dark. Oh, maybe the clouds. Sorry, it's gone a bit dark, I think, because there's so much light behind me. So apologies for that. I can't really change it, and my hair keeps sticking out. There, stay. I think it's when I put my glasses on. Oh, okay. Sorry. I think I'm still going. Yes, I am. So I also wanted to chat a little bit about, just the world and where we're at the moment. There's so much going on, and I would like to perhaps just look at it from a little bit different perspective rather than being in the trenches with the struggle. How about if we just imagine, maybe close your eyes for one more second. Sorry, I'm a bit of an eye closer. And just take your perspective this time instead of going inside. Let's go out. Let's zoom away from the planet and almost just go far away, and almost like we're looking back at the earth and what's craziness is going on here at the moment. And let's just take ourselves as a little bit of fun, bit of curious exploration. Let's take ourselves to the future. So go to the future, then go further into the future, right far into the future, then look back at the future. I know that sounds strange, but we're in the present, you're looking at the earth, we're going all the way into the future, go further into the future, and then just look back, come back to the future, and imagine you're looking at the earth after it's evolved. So I'm just sort of trying to help us get a bit of different perspective here. It's almost like I feel that we as humans, we as humanity, we're evolving. We have to. It's just the law of the universe. We're evolving, we're growing, we're expanding. The universe is ever expanding. And we want change. We want the world to be different. We want, this is our natural expansion, our natural evolution. And for things to really get changed on a deep level, for have big, big shifts and big changes, big shit has to happen. And the world goes through big crises every now and then through the history. We've had the plague, we've had world wars, etc. This whole new thing that's happening, I don't want to say what it's called because I'll just call it the world shake up at the moment. It's happening because we need to shake up. It's the way I see it is that everything that was under the carpet, everything that wasn't sitting right, whether it's the planet, whether it's the powers that be, whether it's the way we're, war consciousness, money consciousness, it's all old, it's archaic. And as a way of busting out of this old way of thinking, we have to have big shake-ups, and it is big at the moment. It could be worse, it could be better, but it is here. And how about seeing it that way from the future, that if we want to evolve, if the planet, if we think about how it could be like everything's changed, everything's more beautiful, everything's shifted, and we look back and go, wow, that was tough in the past. That was tough, that whole crazy thing that happened to the world over that time frame. But we kind of needed to have that. We kind of needed to have this big shake-up, this big rearrangement of everything. It's almost like I see it as everything sort of festering and has to be revealed to be healed. Everything was under the carpet. Everything's coming out. It's all looking a bit yucky, bit of a festering wound at the moment to be healed. It has to be revealed. So just wanted to throw that in as a perspective. And maybe if you keep a bit of a different perspective about what we ultimately want or feels possible on the planet, that it's kind of worth going through this eye of the needle at the moment. So just pause with that for a moment, and there's my crazy hair sticking out again. Oh, there's the light. Hello. Here I am back again. Clouds must be moving outside. So if you're struggling with your own stuff, I'm 100% here to support people. I'm teaching yoga classes, nothing online at the moment, sorry, for anyone far away. But I do IFS, this stuff I'm talking about, online, on Zoom. I see people all over the world and interstate. And it works beautifully on Zoom. So it's really, really wonderful on Zoom. I'm also working from Moana Clinic, Fluorio Counselling and Wellbeing Centre, and Luma House in Wollonga I'm about to start, which I'm really excited about. Yay! And I'm doing a $40 discount on in Wollonga at Luma House for new people. And it's so gentle, it's so kind, and it's hugely transformative. I just can't tell you. I had a session yesterday myself, and excuse me, I need a drink of water. We were saying at the end of the session how incredible this model is. You come with a problem, you dive inside and meet the parts that have anything to do with that problem. You come back at the end and readdress the problem and go, is it still there? It's gone. It's really quite miraculous. Excuse me. So I'm really happy to offer sessions to people. Please reach out. Give it a shot. Honestly, if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. There you go. I just threw that in without even planning on saying that, because I've never had anyone not have quite significant change. Workshop. So there's a workshop coming up with Catherine Winch and I, who's also an IFS therapist. She's a psychologist. We're going to have a beautiful day together here at my home. We will dive into gentle stuff. We'll do meditations. We can do some art therapy, some drawing, some yoga, some relaxations, have lunch, possibly some time on the beach. So check that out. Only 2 spots left. Sorry, I need to go get some water, but I won't run away now. Rivka and I are talking about doing a collaboration with 5 Rhythms, using these parts sort of consciousness where we're going to dance and move our parts, which is really exciting. We're just getting that together at the moment. And also just wanting to throw in there, which will also come up in the workshop, is sort of intention setting, you know, like law of attraction stuff will be coming up in the workshops as well, maybe. But just for you to think about, what is it you really want? What is it you're really aiming for? Just want to throw that out there for you, because I know people are struggling at the moment. But there is choice. It might not feel like there's choice. It's feeling a bit, you know, closed in, but I'm promising you there's choice. I'm feeling fucking awesome. Excuse my French. Just want to let you know I'm here. Reach out. Love you. All heart stuff, all kind stuff, all compassionate stuff. So much love. Bye.